Nomenclature of Spiro compounds. Spiro compounds are organic compounds having two rings in which one carbon atom is common. So, this is an example of a Spiro compound in which this carbon atom is the common carbon atom. So, the difference between bicyclo and Spiro compounds is that in Spiro compounds we just have one carbon in common, and in bicyclo compounds we have two carbons in common. So, let's see the general formula for naming Spiro compounds. So, the general formula is prefix or prefixes plus, here we write Spiro x dot y, then word root, then your suffix primary, and then okay. So, let's solve this example and see exactly how this general formula works. So, the most important thing when you start naming Spiro compounds is the numbering, and numbering starts from the carbon directly attached to the bridgehead carbon, that is the common carbon. But in Spiro compounds, the case is just reverse of bicyclo. Here we give preference to the smaller chain and not to the longer chain. So, we will start numbering from this carbon because this is just directly attached to the bridgehead carbon, that's the common carbon. And why we are choosing this carbon over this carbon? Because this is the shorter path and this is the longer path. And in Spiro compounds, we give preference to the shorter path. So, the naming will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, just as bicyclo compounds or any other compound, word root represents the total number of carbon atoms in your chain. So, the word root in this case will be heptane because there are total 7 number of carbon atoms present. Now, there are no primary and secondary suffix because there is no double triple bond, and there are no functional groups also present, and no prefix because there is no substituent. So, the only part that is left to be discussed is this Spiro x dot y. So, let's see this now. Spiro dot. Okay. So, in this example, what is our x and what is our y? So, x is the number of carbon atoms present in the smaller chain, and y is the number of carbon atoms present in the longer chain. Just the reverse of bicyclo compound. So, in this example, number of carbon atoms present in my smaller chain is 2. So, x is 2 and y is 4 because there are 4 carbon atoms present in the longer ring. So, this is the correct IUPAC name for this compound. Let's solve one more question. So, this is also a Spiro compound because there are two chains having one carbon atom in common. So, the first step is as usual, number the chain. So, numbering will be done in this way: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So, the correct word root is nonane because there are 9 carbon atoms present, and the Spiro x dot y will be, x will be the number of carbon atoms present in the shorter path. So, there are 4 carbon atoms present over here, and in the longer part there are 5 carbon atoms, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So, your y is 5, and this is the correct IUPAC name for this compound. 10. So, as there are 10 carbon atoms present in this Spiro compound, so the correct word root for the compound will be decane. Now, if we talk about Spiro, so Spiro x dot y will be x represents number of carbon atoms present in the shorter path. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms present in the shorter path. So our x will be 4. And if we go for Y, so Y represents number of carbon present in the longer path. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 carbon atoms present in the longer part. So Y is 4 and hence the correct IUPAC name for the compound is Spiro 4.5 decane. Hence Y is 5. So this is the correct IUPAC name for the Spiro compound.